chocolate bar male or female? What about this steak? Would you refer to this carton of milk as sir or ma'am? Is this a lady? This isn't some cute whimsical exercise. It's actually an oversimplified version of a real-life study that examines a persistent stereotype, that meat eating is inherently manly.
I am man, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore, and I'm way too hungry to settle for chick food.
I put a paper with colleagues a few years ago called Is Meat Male?
That's Paul Rozin. He researches the psychology behind food choice.
What would it mean to say that meat has male connotations? That's what the paper was asking.
His team assessed other foods too, but the link between masculinity and meat was the strongest.
But only for mammal muscle meat. So that, for example, a pancreas or liver was not seen as more male. Nor was chicken. It was just mammal muscle. You know, hamburger, steak, lamb chops, those are the kinds of things that were thought to be male.
It's hard to test and prove metaphorical associations like this. Rosen's paper was actually a compilation of 6 different studies. In one test, participants were asked to rate food as male or female on a scale of 0 to 10. In another, they free associated. The third measured implicit bias, which tested reaction times. The idea here is that you pair things faster when they feel true to you. The rest of the studies examined food preference, gendered words in other languages, and indirect associations. Nutritionist David Katz has an idea of how these associations first arose.
What we find attractive or unattractive, like or don't like, more often than not, has direct links to evolutionary biology.
The argument goes, men were hunters and women were foragers. Men needed more meat to build muscle and chase down animals. The preference for meat gave them an evolutionary advantage. To Rozin, the biological argument is pretty overstated.
I don't think it's biological.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf!
I think that's traditional. We didn't invent this. We're just carrying this heritage with us of tens of thousands of years of cultural evolution, mostly. Meat is generally the preferred food of humans. It's been a symbol of power, and men sort of own it in a way.
But don't get Katz wrong. He's on board with the cultural argument. To him, it's a matter of which came first.
All culture originates with biology.
Researchers generally accept that food preference diverged when work became specialized, and diverged further once farming was invented.
Most of the evidence suggests that there was something of a division of labor.
This caused humans to become more efficient, but with that also came a cultural division of gender. Before this happened, it's possible we were more similar to our egalitarian primate and early human cousins, many of whom were adept hunters. As to whether biology informed culture or the other way around,
nobody knows for sure, right? It's just, these are untestable hypotheses.
However, we can test perceptions today, which is what Rozin did in his study. And we can also test consumption. Manly meat imagery won't disappear anytime soon. But overall, meat consumption is down in the US, and vegetarianism is rising.
It's sort of an anachronism, it's a fallacy, the idea that you gotta eat meat to get sufficient protein. But we can be big and strong eating plant foods as well, and you don't need to look much further than a horse or a gorilla to see clear evidence of that.
Unsurprisingly, Rosen's team found that the most feminine foods were salad and chocolate. The salad connection could be tied to
dieting
or
foraging,
while the chocolate link seems rooted in culture. As an aside, some still believe women's hormones cause them to crave chocolate, but worldwide studies don't back this up. Whether any of these metaphorical links are cultural inventions, results of evolutionary hijinks, or a bit of both.
I don't think it's difficult to find arguments that make sense, and I don't know that we can do better than that.
Our conversation was mostly about the past, but Katz had this to say about the future.
There were all sorts of reasons why we as a species, men and women alike, like meat, want meat, but that it's too damn bad in a world of nearly 8 billion Homo sapiens. The environmental costs of eating meat are extremely high, and that's fine when there are a few million Homo sapiens scattered across a great big empty world, but it's not the Stone Age.
The original Slurpee was discovered by accident when a Dairy Queen owner named Omar Nedlick popped open some sodas he'd left in his freezer in the 50s. They were a hit,